Then, now, forever, together.
Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to the second week of NXT, the Great American Bash. Now, last week we were able to close off some storylines, create new ones, crown new champions, and some champions able to retain. We are not done, as tonight we have some incredible matches, and as we begin tonight, we open up as Kalani Jordan faces off against Zoroka for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Now, later tonight, we still have El Hijo de L.A. Park, another open challenge for his NXT Championship. We have Stephanie Vaquer against the number one contender, Zaraya, for the Women's NXT Championship, and so much more still to come. But as we open up, there she is, the NXT Women's North American Champion, Zoroka. Will she be able to defeat Kalani Jordan, a former Women's North American Champion, here tonight? Or will it be Kalani Jordan who will finally put Zoroka's reign to an end? We'll find out soon, as this match is about to begin. What an incredible way to start off tonight. Last week was already amazing, record-breaking, history-making, and tonight is about to multiply that by 10. An amazing night here in Atlanta, Georgia, as Zoroka, Kalani Jordan set to open us up as they battle for the NXT Women's North American Championship once again. We have the challenger, Kalani Jordan, looking to prevent Zoroka from retaining her title. Will she be successful in doing so, or will Zoroka be able to retain? Let's find out as we begin this match nice and early. It is Zoroka who got the first hit, but not for long. It's Kalani Jordan with some huge show of athleticism, able to get on the attack, doing some big damage onto Zoroka. Big elbow straight onto the face of Zoroka, as Kalani Jordan now looking to climb the top ropes, and a quick splash onto Zoroka as she looks for the pinfall. Can she get a quick victory here? And a kick out at 2 from Zoroka as this match continues. Starting off hot, Kalani Jordan is. Zoroka had her a little bit at the very beginning, but has slowed down ever since, has not been able to do any damage since her initial attack. And now, it has been all Kalani Jordan as a big boot onto Zoroka. Kalani Jordan now climbing the middle ropes, huge double axe handle. And once again looking for the pinfall. Can she get that quick victory? 1. But a kick out at 1 from Zoroka as this match continues. Kalani Jordan, though, not allowing Zoroka to get any momentum, as Kalani Jordan with a big slam continues attacking and tearing down the body of Zoroka, as now she looks for a backflip straight onto Zoroka, and another pinfall. Is this enough? And Kalani Jordan, who was almost North American champion once again, however, Zoroka able to kick out at the very last second, and now Zoroka has awoken. She is up and she is ready, as she is feeling some big damage. Charging up now, Kalani Jordan, who had taken, full advantage of all the momentum and all the attacks she had on Zoroka, but it was not enough, as Zoroka now trying to do some damage. Kalani Jordan, though, still able to escape the hold of Zoroka, not for long, as Zoroka continues her attack, and now looking to make a big splash onto Kalani Jordan, as Zoroka Looks for the pinfall. Is this enough to put Kalani away? Kick out at 2 though. Soroka definitely creeping back into this match. Kalani Jordan losing the momentum which she fought so hard to gain, and now this may be enough, maybe not, as Kalani Jordan quickly gets up. I thought this was it for her. No. Kalani Jordan now smashing the face of Soroka straight onto the mat. That may have cracked her head open. Yes, Soroka is absolutely bloodied up right now. Kalani Jordan has to take full advantage of this. She isn't able to do so though, as Soroka with a counter. Now charging up as she looks to pull a finisher onto Kalani Jordan. Can she pull off the Soul Snatcher? Yes, she can. Is this enough to put Kalani Jordan away? No, because Kalani Jordan got up. However, though, Soroka still looking for that pinfall. 1. But a kick out at 1, and now Kalani Jordan kick out by Soroka. Kalani Jordan, whoa, how is she standing? She got hit by a Soul Snatcher, and somehow, someway, she quickly got up, and now she is on the attack. A bloody Soroka trying to fight back as we have some back and forth action. What an incredible opening match as Kalani Jordan with a big kick onto Soroka, and now Kalani Jordan charging up as she wants to become North American champion once again. Can she get it done? Big kick onto Soroka. Now Kalani Jordan looking to climb the top ropes once again, looking to make a big splash. Big impact onto Soroka, but Soroka able to move out of the way. Quick counter. That could have been the end of Soroka and her title reign, but her reaction time was spot on. She was able to move out of the way. And now it is back to Soroka on the attack as she looks for a big hit onto Kalani Jordan. Is this enough to put her away? No. Kalani able to kick out at 1, and somehow this match is still going. Both women fighting with over 100% of their energy, 100% of their power, and not allowing one another to get that victory as Kalani Jordan quickly switches the tides. Looking to climb the ropes. Last time Soroka was able to move out of the way. Will she be able to do so this time? No. As Kalani looks for the pinfall. 1, 2, but a kick out at 2. Soroka somehow able to kick out, and we start seeing the frustration, the anger, and the disappointment from Kalani Jordan, who is throwing everything she has at Soroka, but is still not able to hold her down for that 3 count. Kalani Jordan, what does she have to do to become North American champion once again? As Kalani looking to fly. Maybe not. I thought she was, but instead she climbs off the top ropes, and she does go flying with a huge Hurricane Rana. And now charging up a big finisher onto Soroka on the outside of the ring. Huge stunner. Now, if she can take Soroka inside of the ring, she can get that 3 count and become North American champion once again, but she hasn't done. Another huge stunner. Is this enough? Is this enough to put Soroka away? What a fantastic opening match as Kalani Jordan quickly resets the count. Soroka getting up slowly. Kalani Jordan ready to get on the attack, sending Soroka inside of the ring. Now Kalani Jordan isn't finished though. Maybe she could have looked for the pin. This may be a mistake, maybe not, as another big splash onto Soroka, who is now able to counter. A bleeding, destroyed Soroka, willing to do anything to retain her title, as Kalani Jordan may have just lost her opportunity at becoming North American champion once again. Soroka is back on the attack. Big stomps onto Kalani Jordan and a big splash onto Kalani Jordan, as well as now Soroka climbs the top ropes looking like she just got a second wind of energy, looking like she can put Kalani Jordan away and retain her title. As she now looks to pick up Kalani Jordan, what is she looking for? Huge slam down onto the back of the head of Kalani Jordan. Soroka is not finished. She is looking for another huge flying clothesline. And now Soroka looking to finish this once and for all. Huge soul snatcher. Is this enough to put Kalani Jordan away? 2, 3, yes it is. And what a huge and great opening match that was. A huge battle between Soroka and Kalani Jordan, but at the end it was the champion, Soroka, who comes out on top, as Soroka is still your NXT Women's North American Champion. And what a fantastic opening match that was, but we continue moving on to greater things, as now, after Matt Hardy was able to beat both Shockwing Sugars and Osiris Griffin yesterday in 2 separate matches, Ava, our GM, has set up another #1 contenders match. We had one previously for the tag team titles where the Hardy Boys won. Darkstay, though, got involved right before their match, causing them their victory, and now they are running it back. Another #1 contenders match where the winner faces off against Hank and Tank next week, and there is a full strength Darkstay. They have been moving in little parts and sections, but now after Cutler James became the new NXT North American Champion after defeating Ricky Saints, Dark State is back in full strength, and that does not look at the best for the Hardy Boys. They are at a loss, at a disadvantage numbers-wise. And what a fantastic match that was last week, where Cutler James was able to steal the North American Championship away from Ricky Saints. Their story is definitely not finished, but for now, it is Shocking Sugars, Osiris Griffin, accompanied by the rest of Dark State, taking on the Hardy Boys in a #1 contenders match, who will face off against Hank and Tank next week on NXT. As I was saying, Matt Hardy was attacked the night that both him and his brother were supposed to face off against Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championships, meaning it was basically a 1 versus 2 when it came to that championship match, because Matt Hardy was already beat down and broken up. Therefore, Matt Hardy was not going to let that slide. Last week, he got his revenge, being able to beat Osiris Griffin. Hold on. Pinfall 2. Matt Hardy able to kick out. As I was saying, though, last week, Matt Hardy was able to get his revenge, was able to fight back, as he was able to beat both Shocking Sugars and Osiris Griffin in 2 separate singles matches. And after that, Ava, our GM, quickly decided to make another #1 contenders match for the NXT Tag Team Championships, excuse me. And whoever wins this match will go ahead and face off against Hank and Tank next week on NXT. As, oh, what is Shocking Sugars doing? Attacking the referee with a huge diamond cutter. What is he looking to do? Our referee quickly gets up. I don't think the referee realized who got him. He's still able to see Cutler James attack Matt Hardy. I think that was the plan. Attacking the referee while the rest of Dark State attacked Matt Hardy, but nevertheless, Cutler James, his attack, while it did hit Matt Hardy, the referee was able to see. So now the NXT North American Champion has been ejected from this match. However, Matt Hardy has taken already a lot of damage as we see Dion Lexon throwing a little kendo stick inside of the ring. The referee looking to pick it up. Oh, shocking. Sugars is not done. What is this? Attacking a referee in plain daylight. Someone has to put an end to this match. The Hardy Boys are already at a huge disadvantage because of the numbers game and now cheating by attacking the referee, which is allowing Shocking Sugars to use a kendo stick. Not for long as Matt Hardy able to counter and throw that kendo stick down. However, Shocking Sugars is still on the attack. I'm not sure if a referee is, stupid or blind, but how has he not ended this match and gave the victory to the Hardy Boys? I'm not sure, but this match continues. Finally, Matt Hardy is able to get on the attack. Big slam down, leg drop onto Sugars as this match continues. However, though, on the outside of the ring, Jeff Hardy has already taken some big damage from Osiris Griffin, which is not going to be too good once he gets tagged in. He's supposed to be the hot tag teammate, the fresh teammate on the outside, as he hasn't had any action inside of the ring, but he is just going to be a little fresher than Matt Hardy as, we may have a disqualification, ejection, as Dion, there it is, has been ejected. Some big hits onto Matt Hardy, and this could be good for the Hardy Boys. Wow, Matt Hardy has taken a lot of damage. They have now evened up the numbers game, which could allow an easier victory for the Hardy Boys. Matt Hardy has already beat both Shocking Sugars and Oris Griffin. Now he has his brother helping him out. Can he get the victory? Can they get the victory and earn the #1 contendership once again? Or will Dark State and their cheating ways come out on top? We'll have to see, as at the moment Sugars doing some big damage onto Jeff Hardy, who has finally been tagged in. Osiris Griffin on the outside of the ring fighting it out with Matt Hardy, who fights back. Osiris Griffin looking to climb the top ropes, however, quickly Jeff Hardy is there to knock him down. Sugars able to counter now, a huge crossbody as he now looks for the pinfall. Is this enough to get the victory? No. Jeff Hardy able to kick out at 2. And this match continues. However, Sugars looking to put an end to this, and a huge punch that could be enough to put an end to this match. 1, 2, but another kick out from Jeff Hardy. And this match continues, and now Jeff Hardy trying to get on the attack. He's trying to switch the tempo, trying to switch the momentum in his favor. However, Sugars very smartly fighting back and now allowing Jeff Hardy to get any sort of control, countering the attack of Jeff Hardy, and another huge crossbody as he looks for the pinfall. Matt Hardy right there, though, ready to break the count as this match continues. Jeff Hardy quickly getting up, looking for the attack, but once again, it seems like Sugars is just a step too ahead of Jeff Hardy. Way too fast, just on top of his game here tonight. I think the loss last week really woke him up, as now he may be able to put this match away. He may be able to beat Jeff Hardy. Another huge fist as he looks for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, no. Jeff Hardy showing his experience, his resiliency, his discipline as he kicks out at 2.9, the very last milliseconds, and this match somehow continues. While Dark States, even with cheating, they have looked by far better. But nevertheless, the Hardy Boys have fought hard. They have done everything they can, and this match is continuing. Due to that, this match is not yet over. Dark State is trying to put it away, but the experience and the talent of both Jeff and Matt is really showing here tonight, if it hasn't already throughout their whole careers. However, huge diamond cutter from Shocking Sugars onto Jeff Hardy, who now is able to tag in a more fresh Matt Hardy. Can he somehow take advantage of this opportunity, as Osiris Griffin is all the... Never mind, I was about to say he's all the way on the other side of the ring. He's attacking Jeff Hardy on the outside of the ring, which means Shocking Sugars does not have a teammate to tag to. However, he may not need it, as he is the man on the attack. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy have fought hard, but it does not look like they will be able to pull off this victory. Dark State have cheated. They have taken advantage of the numbers game, and, well, as much as I hate to admit it, they have looked the better tag team tonight. And this may be a final blow to put away the Hardy Boys, or Dark State gonna be the new #1 contenders. No, they're not. No, they are not, as somehow Matt Hardy has been able to kick out. Oh my days. And now, hold on, Matt Hardy may be able to put this match away. Is this the victory for the Hardy Boys too? No. Shocking Sugars able to kick out, and this match continues. What a fantastic match it has been. It should have ended 2-3 times already, but no. Instead, these two amazing tag teams continue to give us a fantastic battle, as now Matt Hardy is in a submission hold. Is he gonna tap out and give the victory to Dark State, or will he be able to escape and once again let this match continue? Yes, he is able to escape that hold, and now Matt Hardy, he sees his brother Jeff is being attacked a little too much, so he decides to head out, scaring Osiris Griffin away. Matt Hardy has by far, to Jeff Hardy, but tonight has looked a lot better than his brother. While Jeff Hardy has been able to kick out at the very last seconds, when it comes to attacking, we have not seen much. While on the other hand, Matt Hardy has shown no fear against Dark State and has fought back multiple times, but still, both the Hardy Boys have been beat down, broken down tonight, which could cost them the victory, as Shocking Sugars and Osiris Griffin cheating and, well, taking advantage of their numbers game early in this match before the others got ejected. Hold on, pin for 1, 2, kick out at 1, As I was saying, they took advantage of their cheating and their numbers game, which means they are a little more fresh, a little healthier, and less broken down than the Hardy Boys, which could give them the victory. But I don't know, because both Matt and Jeff have been able to kick out of everything that Dark State has had to offer. And I do believe Osiris Griffin has not touched the inside of the ring not once. He has not been the legal man not once in this match. That is kind of scary. I mean, I'm just saying, Matt Hardy was able to beat both of these guys in separate singles matches. So what has happened tonight? Hold on, is this the end of the Hardy Boys? Yes, it is. Jeff Hardy, way too slow to break the count. Matt Hardy, too beat up to kick out. And while it definitely wasn't a clean injury, using kendo sticks, attacking even when they weren't in the match, Dark State nevertheless able to get the victory here tonight, and they are your new NXT Tag Team #1 contenders. And next week on NXT, they will face off against Tank and Tank. But that is next week. More to come in 2 matches we have had tonight, and 2 fantastic matches those have been, each giving us something different. The battle between Kalani Jordan and Soruka, two women who did not want to lose. And then we had the war of the Hardy Boys choosing the right way, the right path, not wanting to give up. But then you had Dark States with their cheating ways who, well, they did enough damage onto both of the Hardy Boys where they were able to get the victory. But now, into our third match of the night. Will this be the final match of the best of 7 series? Or will the Meta 2 be able to extend this series into one final match? The score is 3-2. If the Judgment Day is able to win tonight, then Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend will not get their title opportunity. However, if Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend, the Meta 2 can get the victory here tonight, then we go into one last final match next week on NXT, where the winner decides it all. But first, we must focus on this match. The Judgment Day trying to close out the series and make sure that Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson will not get their title opportunity. On the other hand, Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend trying to become tag team champions who will come out on top, as we have Raquel Rodriguez, Jakara Jackson. What could be the final match in this best of 7 series? Who will come out on top here tonight in the third match of the Great American Bash, as Raquel Rodriguez was looking for the quick pinfall, but a kick out at 1 from Jakara Jackson. Now both of these teams have been giving us spectacular match after spectacular match. Will the same be said here tonight? I do hope so, and honestly, I do believe so. Both of these teams need the victory. I mean, let's just talk about it. The Judgment Day losing, whether it's in singles action or tag team action, to members of NXT, definitely doesn't look good. You guys are competing with main roster opponents, the likes of Asuka, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Lyra, and so on and so forth. And losing to Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson down on NXT, not a good look. So the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez tonight, really needs the victory. On the other hand, a great show from Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, proving that they are main roster ready. And as much as NXT has been their kingdom, they are ready to make way into the main roster and conquer either SmackDown or Raw. And they need that victory here tonight in order to continue to prove and show to others that they are at that level and ready to make that big jump forward. So honestly, just speaking based off of that, a loss here tonight and then a loss if the match is made next week on NXT, creating that tag title match, a loss to the Judgment Day would be horrible for them. They've already taken enough losses, and it may happen again as, Liv Morgan pulls out the referee. Jakara Jackson would have won the match by now. I didn't count out loud, but in my head, that was more than 3. If it wasn't, for Liv Morgan pulling the referee out of the ring, not allowing him to count. Now Jakara Jackson, not finished though. We were talking about them needing the victory, and she may be able to pull it off. She's been cheated out once. Will she be cheated out again? No. Somehow, this time Raquel Rodriguez is able to kick out. Jakara Jackson is not finished as she looks to climb the top ropes. However, Raquel Rodriguez able to move out of the way, now sending Jakara Jackson into the corner. However, the referee was in the way, now distracting. 1, 2. And I took a second. That could have been the victory for Raquel Rodriguez, but this time it was Lash Legend who removed the padding off the turnbuckle, distracting the referee and allowing Jakara Jackson to stay in this match. Now Raquel Rodriguez distracted by Lash Legend, allowing Jakara Jackson to get control back as Raquel Rodriguez rolls outside of the ring. Very torn up and weakened up. Gets up quickly. Both women looking to scare each other. It is Raquel Rodriguez who ends up coming out on top after that little face-off to say, a little goofy moment. As Raquel Rodriguez now climbing the top ropes. Is she gonna look to fly? Yes, she is. A huge splash by Raquel Rodriguez. Oh my days. Big woman flying. Watch out as she goes for a second one. Oh my days. This may be the end of Jakara Jackson as Raquel Rodriguez is charging up and looking for a finish. Huge slam down. Straight onto the outside of the ring. Straight onto the floor. Little to no padding there as the referee's count gets to 7. Jakara Jackson may lose the match to count out as Raquel Rodriguez steps in. Never mind, it looks like Raquel looking to reset the count, now sending Jakara Jackson inside of the ring. Raquel Rodriguez, hopefully she doesn't look for the pinfall because the referee is distracted once again as Lash Legend continues to remove the padding off of that specific turnbuckle based on the camera angle, the top left, as Jakara Jackson now on top of the middle ropes. Raquel slowly getting up in a huge crossbody by Jakara Jackson as she may now look for the pinfall. I don't think it would work, so smart for her to continue looking to attack and penetrate the body of Raquel Rodriguez instead. Both these women could have already won the match by now, but their tag teammates on the outside of the rings have been crucial when it comes to securing the victory in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once again, Liv Morgan distracting the referee. Jakara Jackson had the match won, but Liv Morgan, for the second time in this match, has saved Raquel Rodriguez, have saved the Judgment Day. However, Jakara Jackson continues her attack. She is not finished as she looks to continue penetrating the body of Raquel Rodriguez, sending her flying outside of the ring. Liv Morgan has definitely been the most valuable player of tonight, the MVP of this match, saving Raquel Rodriguez twice in this match already. Now Raquel able to counter, huge clothesline onto Jakara Jackson. Now 1, 2, and a third elbow drop straight onto the face of Jakara Jackson. As now Raquel Rodriguez is charging up. What is she going to look to do? She grabs a hold of Jakara Jackson, sending her inside of the ring once again. Raquel Rodriguez, who has been saved by her tag teammate Liv Morgan twice already, definitely has to step things up, and this may be what she needs to do. A huge slam onto Jakara Jackson. Pinfall 1, 2, but a kick out at 2 from Jakara Jackson. As this match continues, now Jakara able to counter, and a big slam down straight onto the floor. And quickly Jakara Jackson back on the attack. Raquel had her little glimpse of momentum of being on the attack, but quickly it is back to Jakara Jackson, is now looking to just dislocate the arm of Raquel Rodriguez. Jakara Jackson doing a very good job of penetrating, of tearing down, and of beating up Raquel Rodriguez, but what she needs is Lash Legend to go handle Liv Morgan on the outside of the ring because she would have won the match twice already if it wasn't for Liv Morgan. Jakara Jackson not finished. Now looking to pick up Raquel Rodriguez, looking for a huge kick, but Raquel able to move out of the way just in time. Quickly distracted by Lash Legend, which may allow Jakara Jackson to win the match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, Jakara Jackson should have won the match, but a distraction from Liv Morgan for the third time now allows Raquel Rodriguez to somehow still be in this match. This is not a good look on Raquel, but a huge look for Jakara Jackson, who has already been able to beat down Raquel multiple times. However, due to the help of Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez is able to get the victory. And that is the end of the best of 7 series. The Judgment Day come out on top 4-2. And there is no more coming back for Jakara Jackson or Lash Legend. Big help from Liv Morgan. In fact, it felt like Liv Morgan did most in this match. Well, anyhow, it was Raquel who was able to get the victory. Once again, a bad look simply because of how much help she needed. Wasn't able to beat down Jakara Jackson on her own. But I'll stop talking smack as we now move on to our following match. We have Tommy Invincible, who was roaming and conquering the indie scene. He is now signed to NXT. He is now here in the WWE and now here in his first ever PLE. And not only is it his first PLE, excuse me, he is already fighting for a championship. As here tonight in our next match, we have Tommy Invincible, who the fans are loving. I can barely hear myself speak. Facing off against the families of Luca Crucifino, the NXT Heritage Champion. As that title right there will be put on the line. Tommy Invincible trying to prove that he is good enough to not only be here in the WWE, but also good enough to hold gold in the WWE. On the other hand, we have Luca Crucifino, who is trying to humble down and show Tommy Invincible that there are levels to this. Sure, he can be loved by the fans, he can have some skill, but at the end of the day, what it takes to be a WWE superstar is a lot more than he thinks. As we are ready to begin this match, who will come out on top? Will it be the fan-loved Tommy Invincible, or will it be the NXT Heritage Champion, Luca Crucifino, as we have a championship match here tonight? We have had banger after banger after banger tonight. Will this one follow? I sure hope so. As we begin this match, Luca Crucifino, Tommy Invincible fight it out for the NXT Heritage Championship. And very early on, Tommy Invincible coming out guns blazing. That's what you gotta do if you want to beat the champion. You gotta be ready to move 24/7, fight back and forth, not give up. And no matter what, give it more than 100%. But on the other hand, when you're a champion, well, you're a champion for a reason. You have that skill, you have that charisma, you have that talent. A big battle for Tommy Invincible. At least on paper, it looks like an easy victory for Luca. But we'll have to see, as at the moment, Luca is proving that paper right, as Luca Crucifino sending Tommy Invincible flying. Now Luca on the top ropes. No way, he's gonna look to fly. He ends up slipping. He may have been able to reach Tommy Invincible, but he slipped off of the top rope. Nevertheless, he still gets up before Tommy but not a good look for the NXT Heritage Champion, as now that allows Tommy to send Luca flying. Big suplex. Tommy Invincible doing some big damage, but nevertheless, Luca Crucifino quickly able to counter, as he is now on the attack, sending Tommy Invincible onto the steel steps as Luca looks to hop inside of the ring. No, he looks to climb the top ropes, looking to fly. Hopefully he doesn't slip this time, as the referee's count gets to 7 and a huge flying clothesline. What have we just seen right there? Luca Crucifino flying, floating in the air, and have a huge elbow drop onto an already weak Tommy Invincible. This match just begun moments ago, but very quickly, as we said on paper, it was an easy victory for Luca Crucifino, and at the moment, it looks like that is exactly what is gonna happen. Luca Crucifino has champion's advantage as well. He has everything he needs to retain. Tommy Invincible is fighting against the tide, but somehow, someway, can he get some action, a little comeback, and will he be able to earn his first piece of gold here in the WWE? We'll have to see, as both superstars now hop inside of the ring. Tommy Invincible dropped down quickly by Luca Crucifino, who continues his attack. Big elbow drop onto Tommy Invincible, who gets up, and now he was looking to get a stunner or a finisher there on Luca, but Luca is just a step ahead, way too fast, and now he may be able to quickly put away Tommy Invincible. Is this enough to retain his title? Yes, it is. A good show from Tommy Invincible, who early on we thought he may have a chance. But once this fight was taken on the outside of the ring, Luca Crucifino dominated like no other. And just like that, he was able to retain his title. Congratulations to Luca Crucifino, as he is still your NXT Heritage Champion. And well, now we move on to our next match. We have our co-main event of the night. And what a match this is gonna be, as first we have the challenger, the number one contender to the Women's NXT Championship, none other than Zaraya, who has been criticized and been hated a lot over on social media. Many believe she shouldn't have even participated in the number one contenders match, as she was on a losing streak, losing to the likes of Izzy Dame and Nikita Lyons. But nevertheless, she was put into that match, and she was able to come out on top, now earning herself this title match here tonight. I mean, personally, I'll agree with some of the fans. She didn't deserve to be in that number one contenders match, but if she won it, then maybe she was there for a reason. If she didn't deserve to be in the match, it would have shown she would have not won, but she won it. She has earned this title shot, and tonight she faces off against the Women's NXT Champion, La Primera Stephanie Vaquer, for her NXT Women's Championship. Zaraya, Stephanie Vaquer ready to battle it out here tonight. Who will come out on top? Will it be the challenger, the number one contender, Zaraya? Or will it be the reigning, defending NXT Women's Champion, La Primera Stephanie Vaquer? We will find out in just a couple moments, as we get ready for this co-main event of the night. It has been a fantastic 2-week event. Last week, the Great American Bash delivered. So far tonight, It has delivered, and we are getting close to closing off to the night. Excuse me. In our main event, we have El Hijo de L.A. Park in an open challenge for the NXT Championship. But first, we focus on this match. Saraya, the challenger, facing off the Women's NXT Champion, Stephanie McCare, for the Women's NXT Championship. Who will come out on top? We will find out soon as this match has begun. Now, a quick reminder of some of the champions who have already been dethroned here on NXT, the Great American Bash. We have had Ricky Saints lose his NXT North American Championship to Cutler James in a steel cage match. We have also already had Jordynne Grace become the new TNA Knockouts World Champion, beating Masha Slamovich, as Jordynne Grace was able to become a 4-time Knockouts Champion. This 4th time different than the other 3, as this time she is now a WWE contracted wrestler. Will Saraya, or will the mystery opponent of our main event, be able to follow in the footsteps of Cutler James and Jordynne Grace? Or will the dominant champions of El Hijo de L.A. Park and Stephanie McCare be able to come out on top? We'll have to see, as we have some beautiful, beautiful work being done by Stephanie McCare inside of the ring as she hits the Devil's Kiss onto Saraya. And now it is Stephanie McCare who looks for the pinfall. Can she get the victory? No. Saraya quickly able to kick out Stephanie McCare, a little startled after that. And now we have some back and forth action between these two women, who will come out on top. Not only on top of this back and forth action, this little hockey fight, but on top of this match, as Stephanie McCare wins that little back and forth, now a DDT, as she looks to climb the top ropes. Now looking to find a huge elbow drop as she looks for the pinfall. 1, 2, but a kick out at 2. And this match continues as Saraya was able to kick out Stephanie McCare, trying to pick up Saraya. However, Saraya able to counter, now picking up and slamming down Stephanie McCare, as now Saraya is on the attack. Not for long though, as Stephanie McCare able to counter, and she herself is countered nice and quickly. Saraya now tripping and dropping Stephanie McCare. Lots of back and forth, 50-50 match so far. No one woman can take full control, but it might be Saraya. After a big splash, she is now charging up. She is looking to put this match away as she looks for the spear. Saraya with the huge spear onto Stephanie McCare, now looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, but a kick out at 2 from Stephanie McCare, who is definitely being taken to her limits. This match has not been going on for a long time, but both women are giving it their all, making it a short so far but deadly match, as now Saraya dropped down from the very top of the turnbuckles, hitting the apron and then slamming down on the ground, now able to move out of the way of Stephanie McCare's leg drop. As this match continues, these two women absolutely destroying each other and giving it their all. Both want to leave the building as the Women's NXT Champion and are ready to do whatever it takes in order to do so, as Saraya quickly countered. Stephanie McCare now may be able to put this match away and end Saraya's hopes of becoming the Women's NXT Champion. Saraya, though, slowly gets up, quickly met by Stephanie McCare. Stephanie may be able to put an end to Saraya, maybe not. Saraya gets up once again. Now sent over the top ropes. Stephanie McCare trying to knock Saraya down, successfully doing so. And now Stephanie McCare climbs the top ropes and a Phoenix Splash onto Zariah, who may be knocked out cold, maybe not, because Zariah is still standing up. She still gets up. Even after that, she may not be in control, but she is standing and trying to fight back once again. Getting up, now able to counter. Stephanie McCare now looking for the quick pinfall rope break. Stephanie McCare very smartly there grabbing the rope. Zariah continues her attack though. She just got some big damage done to her. And somehow, some way, she is still fighting back as now she charges up. She picks up Stephanie and she slams her down. But Zariah does not seem to be finished. No, she is charging up as she looks for another spear, and she hits it. Oh my days, this may be the end of Stephanie McCare. Is this it? One, Stephanie grabs the ropes. The referee doesn't see it. He counts to 3, and Zariah is your new Women's NXT champion. Many people didn't think she deserved to be in the #1 contenders match. Many people didn't think she deserved to win it and be in this match. But she has proved everyone wrong as she is now the new Women's NXT champion. And as much as I don't want to take any credit away from her, I do want to note that, Stephanie McCare grabbed the ropes. I saw her arm. The referee didn't see that rope break. But nevertheless, Zariah has been crowned the new champion. And look who it is in the main event. The man to answer the open challenge. Tony D'Angelo. We already saw Luca Crucifino, part of the family, earlier today, successful while retaining his NXT Heritage Championship. Will Tony D'Angelo also be able to get the victory here tonight in the main event, as he has accepted El Hijo de L.A. Park's open challenge in our main event for the for the NXT Championship. Confirmed. Tony D'Angelo against El Hijo de L.A. Park. But hold on. Let's just talk about what happened. As I said, Stephanie McCare grabbed the rope. It should have been a rope break. The referee didn't see, and that means that Zariah has beat La Primera Stephanie McCare. It is your new NXT Women's Champion. So far, we have been able to crown 3 new champions in the span of these 2 weeks of NXT, the Great American Bash. Wow, I am in shock. Stephanie McCare gave a great fight, so did Zariah. Well, at the end, it was a controversial victory. Nevertheless, Zariah did enough to be able to hold down Stephanie McCare for those 3 seconds, as Stephanie McCare's last resort was that rope break, instead of her trying to kick out, if you know what I mean. Wow. Stephanie McCare's reign has come to an end. And now we have our main event of the night. Tony D'Angelo, El Hijo de L.A. Park face off for the NXT Championship. Who will come out on top? Will it be Tony D? Or once again, will it be the new dominant champion, El Hijo of L.A. Park? As we begin this match nice and early, L.A. Park getting us started with some big attacks. He is a man who looks to quickly grab control of this match and quickly get the victory. We were able to crown a new NXT champion tonight in the women's side. Will Tony D'Angelo be able to follow in those footsteps and become the new NXT champion? Or will El Hijo de L.A. Park be able to do what he has done ever since winning that title? And it is win no matter what. Able to beat Javon, able to beat Lexis King. Can he now beat Tony D'Angelo? At the moment, it looks like he'll be able to do so, as Tony D has not been able to do any damage onto El Hijo de LA Park, who now looks for the pinfall. 1, 2, but a kick out at 2 from Tony D'Angelo. Still, though, it is LA Park who has been in control for, the whole match. He has been breaking down, tearing down Tony D'Angelo. Maybe now, though, as I was speaking about it, Tony D'Angelo finally able to get on the attack. And what a great matchup this is to end off the night. A huge battle for the NXT championship, as LA Park climbs the top ropes. Now a huge double X handle. Now once again and another big splash onto Tony D, looking for the pinfall once again, but Tony D'Angelo able to kick out. And I hate to say it, but Lexis King has shown that he has probably been the best competitor for El Hijo de LA Park, apart from Obafemi. Javon Evans put up a decent fight, but LA Park got through him quick. Obviously, LA Park lost to Obafemi. And for now, LA Park is just towing and easily breaking down Tony D'Angelo. So therefore, Lexis King is main event material, as he has given LA Park his biggest challenge so far of his title reign. Already his second title defense. He's only been here for about a month, just a little over. Tony D trying to counter right there, slipping up and not able to hit the kick though. However, he may be able to hit this reverse DDT as Tony D'Angelo is slowly creeping his way into this match. Maybe a little late, but maybe at the right timing, because, LA Park has already wasted a lot of his energy throwing attacks. And while Tony D is beat up, that gives him at least a slight advantage when it comes to stamina, when it comes to being able to be conditioned within the ropes. Tony D finally getting on the attack. I think he heard me talking about Lexis King being better than him, and he wants to prove me wrong. However, LA Park does not want to be the man who is broken down and torn apart and in between on who's better, and instead wants to put this match away. However, Tony D able to counter, able to push LA Park out of the way. Very smart move from Tony D'Angelo. Not even trying to counter, just simply moving him out of the way. However, pinfall. Tony D'Angelo able to kick out, and this match continues. However, Tony D'Angelo is sent outside of the ring, taking lots of damage, and now El Hijo de LA Park is charged up as he looks to fly. And there it is. Huge landing onto Tony D'Angelo. More damage being done onto the body of Tony D, as now looking for the signature move of LA Park. Huge stunner on the outside of the ring, and now looking for the finisher. Is LA Park going to be able to put Tony D'Angelo away? Well, very smart's going to put him away inside of the ring so he can quickly get that pinfall. As once again, El Hijo de LA Park is still the NXT champion, successful in this open challenge. What a great night it has been. Thank you so much for tuning in. We were able to crown some new champions. Very surprising, Great American Bash. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you on Friday Night SmackDown.